I think You and I Are Polar Opposites has basically perfected the romance genre of anime. I'm aware that that's a huge claim to make, but allow me to clarify. I'm not saying that this is the best romance ever, or even that it's my own favorite. But when it comes to how you structure and pace a series in this genre, there is nothing like it. Season 2 is currently airing, and it is every bit as potent and sweet as the first. But what is really becoming its calling card, the thing that I'll remember it for long after the season and the series is over, is how it simply never drags. It's a frictionless show, from scene to scene and episode to episode. If I wasn't keeping up with Polar Opposites as it releases, I think it would be the single most bingeable series I've ever witnessed. So, why is it this way? There's some larger structural points, like how it juggles 3 relationships at once, and also some smaller pieces to the puzzle, like it's tying together of relationships with others to your relationship with yourself. But there's an overall philosophy that steers the entire ship. This is a romance, and romance is all you're gonna get. When there's a funny moment, it's in the context of romance. When there's a dramatic beat, it relates back to romance. That's what I mean when I say that Polar Opposites has perfected the genre. It's the purest distillation of what you look for when you click on the little tag on whatever streaming service you're using, without it ever feeling like too much or one note. So let's look at a couple of those reasons this strategy works so well, and why this makes You and I Are Polar Opposites such a special anime. So normally, I feel like in any given romance anime, there's 2 big components to the story. There's the romance, all of the relationship building and introspection and personal growth that brings the main characters together. Then there's any of the more tangible plot points, which sort of act as the counterbalance. They ground the story, give the characters goals and motivations, and just generally impart a sense of time. My Dress-Up Darling is a great example of this. Marin and Gojo slowly fall in love, but there's also school festivals and cosplay shoots and Marin's job that all give our characters stuff to do in the meantime. These 2 elements support each other, the plot giving opportunities to progress the romance and vice versa. Just off the top of my head, Makeine had a whole club subplot too that filled in the story. I wanted to toss that in there since I thought of it. Polar Opposites does not do things this way. If you've kept up with my previous videos, this all might ring a bell. Towards the end of season 1, I made a video about how this anime has no filler, and touched on this same idea. But I'm not rehashing my points. In that video, I talked about how this anime juggles its 3 relationships and focused each one on a different facet of love to keep things fresh. After getting into the second season, I think there's other things that have come to the forefront of why it all works so well. When it comes to the 3 main relationships, something season 2 has done to really improve is not being afraid to stay on one couple for longer stretches. Season 1 was electric in how it bounced around, every pair new and exciting and evolving quickly. Now that they're all getting closer and are more comfortable around each other, the conversations and developments are more nuanced and interesting. If the season 1 pacing kept up through this, things might have felt rushed or incomplete. Instead, episodes are happier this time around to linger on one relationship, let their moments breathe a bit. The effect is profound. We may not see a couple really interact for an episode or 2 at a time, but this actually adds to the experience. It makes it feel like time is passing, and it builds tension in the background. The first few episodes of the season really laser in on Tani and Suzuki. We get to delight in the awkwardness of their first kiss, see Tani open up about his love to his family for the first time. The pilot of the series gave us a window into Suzuki's mind, her fears and her doubts, but those feelings rarely came up again after. Finally, when she visits Tani's family on New Year's Day, we get to revisit and resolve some of those emotions that were planted such a long time ago. It's only in these extended scenes that moments like that can be given their proper weight, and it really elevates the story beyond surface level fun. While all that was going on, if you're like me, you were dying to see what was up with Nishi and Yamada. I kind of like that it mostly made you wait, and doled out little bits of them interacting. It was like an amuse-bouche of romance. But unlike other anime in the genre, which might have a main couple and then some side relationships, there are 3 main couples in this show. When it's Nishi and Yamada's time to shine, they get the full spotlight. The 5th episode, where they meet up on Valentine's Day, is everything I could have wanted and more. It not only culminates with a confession, but it does it without ever compromising who these two are. Nishi is still scared and shy and quick to laugh, and Yamada is boisterous and excitable and a bit clumsy. Polar Opposites doesn't push them towards a perfect confession. It finds a natural way to bridge the two of them together. It's awesome, and only possible because the anime was willing to clear out and let the two of them have so much time together. And all of this is without me mentioning the slowest burn ever currently going on between Taira and Azuma. I mean, seriously, if I pitched to you in the abstract a romance anime where there's only romance going on from scene to scene, constant and satisfying progression that never feels samey, and real tension between the characters, it would feel too good to be true. And yet, here it is. I watch it every week. And every week, it feels like I blink and it's over in the best possible way. You and I Are Polar Opposites Season 2 is a seamless continuation of the already spectacular debut season. But it's not the exact same as its predecessor. As the characters grow and become closer to their loved ones, the show adapts to give those deeper connections more space. The result is a season that is just like its couples, more thoughtful and more mature, but with the same signature charm as before. Maybe more than anything else, it is romance like I've never seen it done before. It's familiar in all the right ways, just taken to its absolute limit. It's funny, heartwarming, sweet, and any other superlative you can think of. Maybe I should just say it's You and I Are Polar Opposites. And that ends today's episode of Love and Anime. If you enjoyed and like video essays about romance, anime, and romance anime, liking and subscribing helps a ton, as does hitting the hype button on the mobile app. As always, I'm Slam Anime, and I'll see you next time.